Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. This is Katie, and if you're new here, hello and welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing if you enjoyed today's video and want to continue following along with this adventure. And of course, if you're back, welcome back. Today, I am here with another update on my grand scale comparison project of the piece Spirit of Flight. Now, if you haven't already seen my videos in the series, what I'm doing at the moment is I am working on Spirit of Flight from two different companies. One is Diamond Art Club, the other is Diamond Painting Deutschland. These kits are both legally licensed from the artist Josephine Wall, has very beautiful and very distinct art style. However, that is probably about where the similarities end. These companies have really, really different and distinct, not in a bad way, approaches to rendering and color and how they take a piece of art and interpret it for diamond painting. I couldn't resist the idea of doing a comparison series, working on both of these pieces and updating you as we go along, to get a real sense of what each of these companies do really well, and hopefully give you a sense for what style you personally might gravitate towards. So I've been having a lot of fun with the series so far, and I really just feel like I can't put these kits down. I am loving working on these. So they're really similar in size. The Diamond Painting Deutschland one is 100 by 75 centimeters, and the Diamond Art Club one is 106 centimeters by 70 centimeters. They're slightly different. We'll kind of see as we go along where some of those differences might be. But yeah, I think it just is a different approach that each of these companies have. So I started this project a couple of weeks ago now, and I have divided each canvas into 8 columns total, so that even though there are slight differences in the dimensions, ultimately it's still going to be broken up into 8 sections that we can compare as we go. Last week, or maybe the week before, depending on when this video goes up, I shared with you an update after finishing the first column in each canvas. Today, I have an update for you with the second column complete. So now that I have thoroughly left you in suspense, I will do so no more. But I couldn't resist. So here are these 2 stunning pieces side by side. Just take it in for a minute. Aren't they both absolutely beautiful and utterly different from one another? I am fascinated. I am completely fascinated. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's talk about some of the main differences we're seeing. To me, I'm sure what you are seeing as well, there's a very stark contrast between the overall effects of these 2 pieces. Now, this one on the left, this is Diamond Art Club with a really clean and crisp rendering style. This over here is from Diamond Painting Deutschland. Now, Diamond Art Club, if you haven't heard this before, they hand render all of their pieces. Hand render meticulously. It's a very distinct rendering style. Like I've said, it's very clean, crisp, sharp lines, but you can tell it is meticulous. They've actually shared before that their Josephine Wall kits specifically take a significantly longer amount of time to hand chart because there is so much detail. There is so much detail. Major kudos and hats off to those artists over there, the rendering artists. They're artists. The Diamond Painting Deutschland version is, I'm pretty confident that it's computer charted. And really stays a little bit, to me it has a little bit more of a impressionistic watercolor effect that is actually pretty similar to the original artwork. We're going to do a comparison with the original artwork here in just a second, but just looking at these two side by side, I feel like you mostly still get a sense of what you're looking at, especially when you're pulled back like this. The Diamond Painting Deutschland one comes into even better focus, but some stark differences that I notice right off the bat. So down here, these leaves, that's kind of this breeze that's coming through and stirring up these leaves, they're much more defined over here. This bird, these two birds, oh my gosh, they are so different. Each of these birds has even been given eyes, and it's interesting. Some people commented in the last video that it almost gives them a cartoony look, which may be, but it also gives them a really defined look. I kind of like how much more defined these, do you think those are geese or swans? They're wings. Diamond Art Club also has used ABs, which I think is a beautiful addition. Whereas the Diamond Painting Deutschland one does not have ABs. One of the things that I will say I like better in the Diamond Painting Deutschland version is how they've made this like a really beautiful like pastel watercolor rainbow going all the way up to the top. Whereas in Diamond Art Club, they've taken here, this was blues in the original artwork. We'll look in a second, I promise. But this feels, how did someone put it? This feels more like an autumn, like a summer or autumn scape. And this feels more spring, maybe winter, spring to me. These birds, these blue and orange ones up here, this almost blends entirely into the sky. These stand out so sharp. And then of course her hair, this is her hair. This is, who do we think this is? Is this like a goddess, or is this just is this Mother Earth? Like who do we think this is? I should look that up. I'll have a report for you next time. Anyway, this is like her hair coming around, and it's so much more distinct here than it is over here. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. This was at the suggestion of someone in the comments on the last video. They suggested like, let's put the original artwork in between these two, so it's a little bit more of an effective side-by-side comparison. Here's our double-sided adhesive cover. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a quick side-by-side here and see what we think with the original artwork in the middle. I think I'm kind of inclined to agree with what a lot of you were saying in the comments on the last video in this series, which is that I almost wish that we could take these two and mesh them. It kind of feels like each of these is sort of an interpretation of the original artwork. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's two different styles, and you can decide which you personally gravitate towards. But for me, I'm like, I kind of want, okay, so this has 275 colors. I don't remember if I mentioned this, the other like really key difference. 275 colors in Diamond Painting Deutschland, 66 colors in Diamond Art Club. A couple of you mentioned it in the comments over there on that video, and honestly, I thought of this myself and decided to maybe like save my sanity a little bit, but yes, there is a company that actually carries Spirit of Flight, again, legally licensed, and it has about 100 colors. And I'm so tempted to get that one and add it to the comparisons, but I can't. We're going to stick with two, maybe another day. And I have a couple of people I know that are actually getting the Uniquely Yours Down Under Shops version with 100 colors, and we'll do a comparison. I'll do a comparison with them on, photo, video, whatever. But yeah, I'm really tempted because I wonder if that is like the sweet spot in terms of color, because in my opinion, the Diamond Art Club version is almost jarringly crisp compared to Josephine Wall's original artwork. However, I like that we can tell what's going on. Some of the diamond painting Deutschland version, especially like the bird that is up there and whatnot, and her hair that just kind of is a bit of a muddy bit right now. I wish it had just a tiny bit more detail. Here's what I really wish they would do. I wish that Diamond Painting Deutschland would have someone that would go over and hand correct and hand tweak the computer rendering on this, because I think that could be a really nice combination as well. So as always, just like last time, I would love to hear your thoughts. I would really, really love to hear your thoughts. What are your impressions of these two compared to one another? I am loving this project so much. I do have to tell you, and I know this is really terrible of me. I have changed my mind about how exactly I'm going to work on this piece. Please don't be mad at me. But I decided, after seeing a few people working on the Diamond Art Club version, since this was a new release, I've seen some people working on it, and they've been starting at the other end of the canvas. I'm looking at the colors and what's going on over at the other end of the canvas, which compared to the rest of it is not a whole lot. And I have decided that instead of now working on the column that would include her face, I am hopping over to the end, and I'm going to work my way back over. I'm saving the column with her face for last, and let me explain why. So, having worked on Magical Merry-Go-Round and knowing what a mental load it is to take on a project of this scope, I really, really love the idea of having something to motivate me to get to the end. My concern, my fear is that if I continue working on this from right to left, column by column, that by the time I get halfway through this kit, I'm going to be burned out and looking at the rest of the kit and going, I'm not looking forward to doing that part. It's going to feel like a slog. Instead, by starting over, now hopping over and doing the other side and knowing that I have this to look forward to, I think I'm going to be significantly more motivated. I think it's just going to be better for like the endurance that I need to complete this kind of project. So I know, I'm sorry. I know so many of you, and myself included, I am absolutely dying to see a comparison of her face in each of these kits, because we looked at it a couple of weeks ago in just what the canvas looks like with no drills on, and it looks so different from one another. But just to make sure that I'm actually going to have the best shot at completing this project, I'm going to hop over to the other end of the canvas and we'll work our way back to the face. So I really hope you'll still stick around. At the moment, my pace has been pretty quick for something like this. I've managed to complete each column in each kit in a week's total time. So I've only been working on this project for 2.5 weeks if you include kitting up time, and already have 2 columns done. I don't think I'm going to be able to sustain that sort of pace, but it's moving along. So hopefully you won't have too long to wait till we get to her face. But speaking of time, I didn't mention that up front, and I did not use a timer this time. But what I can tell you is that I tend to work on diamond painting for roughly the same amount of time each day. And I'm finding that the diamond painting Deutschland version is taking me about 3 or 4 times as long as the Diamond Art Club version. So where I finished the second column of the Diamond Art Club version in 2 days, the second column of the Diamond Painting Deutschland version, by comparison, was more like 5 or 6 days. So it's definitely taking longer with all of that confetti. So anyway, as always, I am loving working on this with you guys and really thoroughly enjoying your thoughts in the comments below. What do you like? What do you think? Are we still loving it? I am so enjoying this project. I say that a lot. I mean it. I'm speaking in earnest here. But yes, so this is this week's update video. Well, this columns update video. So next time I'll give you a little sneak peek. I've already started on the first section of this column over here. I don't know what that is. And yeah, I'm glad I'm doing this column next because there's so much gray and dark color up there. This will be good. So hopefully I'll have an update for you on the next column here in the next week or two, but stay tuned. All right, if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving a thumbs up before you head on out. And if you're not already subscribed and want to see more diamond painting content like this, I share a lot more than just this project, but obviously this project is kind of the thing I'm really into right now. But please feel free to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I share new videos. And of course, leave your thoughts, concerns, questions, etc. down in the comment section below. All right, friends, I hope you have a really, really wonderful rest of your day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.